Hi, Paul, Apex Mindset, Master NLP, EMDR, and hypnotherapist. So, get some administrative stuff out of the way before I get into this one. Hit the subscribe button, okay, for more content and videos like this. If you have any suggestions for content, put them in the comments. So, this is going to be directed towards if you are listening to my channel, which I know for a fact there's a few of you who are BPD. Okay. If you have borderline personality disorder, or if you have those traits, or possibly NPD as well, and you've been listening to this series, this video is for you. Now, if you find yourself upset because I'm not giving much hope for those of you who have these problems or have been diagnosed these things before, to include APD as well, and you're mad at me for saying these things that I say, then that illustrates the exact problem with you, okay? Because this is clearly a video series to help your victims, all right? You've been victimizing people with your personality disorder and how you are, probably since you were a teenager at the very least. You've been getting into and creating toxic, destructive relationships for people all around you. So if you had any inkling or ability to be helped, you would see that or understand that and realize that this is good, that I'm giving people the warnings I'm giving them so that they don't get into those types of toxic relationships. You should want other people to not get in a toxic relationship with somebody who has these traits. And you would understand that the videos are designed for the victims of cluster B personality disorder types and not designed for you. But see, your narcissistic delusions has brought you to my videos, and that's your looking at things as a personal attack on you rather than what it's intended, which is to help people to not get involved in situations with toxic people, right? So let that sink in. All right. Now, if you're in agreement with me so far and you understand what I'm saying, then maybe there is some hope for you. That means then that you are probably on the lower end of the spectrum, which is good news. So the good news is there's a lot of, particularly BPD, there's a lot, and narcissism is a lot harder. Antisocial, I got no data, like that nobody knows, okay? And people want to tell you there's a cure for everyone, they're lying to you. The psychological community has a vested interest in telling you that there's cure and that there's help for everybody. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's not true. Not true at all. Okay. Some people will never be helped. And that's the reality of it. And there is nothing but data to prove that statement correct and zero data to prove what I just said is wrong. Okay. That being said, though, are you someone who can be helped? Well, put it like this. If you can conceptualize that you have a problem and that the problem is you, and that despite what other people may have done to you that maybe weren't good, you've created that dynamic for yourself with your disorder, okay? If you're going to understand and conceptualize that you're the problem, that means that you're probably on the lower end of the spectrum of BPD, and there is definitely hope for you to get help. So you can have, because your wiring right now, the way your brain is operating, is getting in the way of you getting into healthy relationships. You are right now unable to pair bond with people because your disorder, if we'll call it that, and the way your brain is wired is going to compromise that. It's not going to allow you to get into a pair bonding circumstance. But if you recognize that this is a real thing and that this is a problem, then that demonstrates that you're capable. Okay, just like if we can teach gorillas words, they can't say them, but we can teach gorillas, words and to associate certain things. So I can say the word food and teach the gorilla that the word food means food, right? And water means water, whatever. Okay, they can learn that, but they can't actually speak a language. They can't conceptualize language. All right. And we would know and that shouldn't be of any surprise, because if they could conceptualize a language, then would have already seen the problem that needs to be solved. That problem is we can't communicate as well as we should be able to, right? And then they solve that problem. So if you see the problem, which is I can see how I have these traits and how I am the problem. If you can see the problem, then that means you're capable of fixing the problem. If you can't see the problem and everything I'm saying is going to be used as a means of acting like you're getting help for maybe supplying off of somebody else, or used as or scoffed at or not even looked at, or saying you just say that's not me or whatever. If you don't see the problem, can't see the problem, can't see that you need to be fixed, and can't start taking those measures to be fixed, well, then you're not capable. You're not capable of help. All right. But if you can, see those things, then that means you are capable, and that is good news. And there are people that do get help and can have healthy they can have healthy pair bonding, relationships, who have been diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. There are people that have been helped before. There are people, then they're always, like I said, in the mild end of the spectrum. But that is going to be completely up to you. It will not happen by accident, and it's nobody else's responsibility. You have to do the work. Okay. So, if you're willing to do the work, I'm not going to take you on as a client to work on borderline personality disorder. That's not what I do, but I can refer you to somebody who can. Okay. And if you're someone listening to this video who is trying to be in a relationship with a borderline chick, and you think that you're going to get her the help and all that and stick with her, you're wrong. All right. She needs to be single, and she needs to work on this on her own, and you need to move on. All right. That's where you need to be, because she's not pair bonded to you. She's not capable of it yet. Not until she gets the help. All right. I think I've said enough. Subscribe to my channel, share, and thanks for your support. Take care.